So this is the same diesel heater I've used in all my other videos. It's just the Vevor. I actually don't know if there's a... Okay, there is a label on it. It's the Vevor 5 kilowatt heater. And I know there's not much of a difference between these and the 8 kilowatt. But everybody gives the fuel capacity because I believe this is roughly 5 liters of fuel. And everybody gives the run time, myself included, because I've made a video on it. But as you can see, that fuel fitting doesn't quite go to the bottom. So everybody's giving their run times on how long this can last on a tank of fuel, but nobody's actually calculating how much gets left on the tank. So this is going to be a video because I want to drain this fuel out anyways because it's got oil in it. But I'm going to burn it off. I am going to then dump it out and actually measure how much fuel is left behind, which will give you a more accurate run time on how long this can last on a tank of fuel, because like I say, it's not using all the fuel that's in there. It's going to have to leave some behind. So this is on a level surface. I'm going to start it up, let it run, then we're going to measure how much gets left behind. So I just got the E8, which is the out of fuel, and it you can see it's kind of smoking off there. I can't tell, okay, the glug plug's not on. Wasn't sure if it came on or not when it got the E8, but it's not. So as you can see, I'll start with the side, I'll move this. There definitely is some left in the tank. Like I said, this is pretty level. Those are just the bottles I'm going to empty it into, but this is pretty level here where it's sitting. And I don't know how well you can see, but there's the fitting that it goes to. I don't know if I can zoom in on that or how well it's going to show. But you can see it's still some room in the bottom. And, you know, if you really wanted to, depending if you're out camping or something, there's a lot of room left to go. So you could... you could tilt that up on something so you get more runtime out of it. But yeah, so it does leave about that much. I'm going to empty this into a water bottle now so we can see how much is actually left. And then that'll just kind of give you guys an idea of how long you can actually run on a tank of fuel on these. So as you can see, the tank is empty. I do have some sludge in the bottom. I was trying to run oil at one point, which is the leftover of this, which I was trying to run out of it. Do not run oil with it. But this here is 500 mils, so that's half a liter. I don't know what that equates to as a gallon. So basically at half a liter plus that little tiny bit. So you'll have to do the math on it, or I might come back and do it. But in the bottom of one of these tanks, which they say is about 5 liters, you're leaving roughly half a liter of fuel in there. So that's actually a decent amount of runtime left over that you're not going to get based on everybody's calculation. So you'll have to factor that in. So I did just go and do the math on it. With this much fuel left, I'm going to discount that because it's just easier to do the math on it. So we're looking at 500 mils left over, so half a liter in the bottom of the tank. At running on full, based on my calculations, you're missing out on an hour 15 of runtime out of this heater. And on low, you're looking at 2.5 hours of runtime. I didn't calculate it for Alpine mode because that's just different and I don't have the calculations here. But like I said, on an hour, you're missing out, on high, you're missing out on an hour 15 of runtime with this much left over. And on low, you are missing out on 2.5 hours based on where this fuel sender is. Now that's only for this upright style. Everyone's got a different tank. I know some guys run the 10 liter tanks and it's like, you know, the long, you've probably seen them, the tall, skinny ones that are probably that tall or so. And a lot of those guys will run those out of the bottom corner of it, so they're only missing a teeny tiny bit of fuel. But a lot of people do have these fuel tanks in them. Whether it's Vevor, I believe H Calorie and some other brands do have the same ones. Now you would have to double check to see where their fuel valve is in it, but I would assume that they're probably all in a very similar spot as this one. And your fuel time or your run time is going to be less than maybe what they advertise. Now maybe they calculate that in with it, but you'd have to check that for yourself. But like I say, on high you're missing out on an hour 15 of run time with that much fuel left, and on low you're missing out on 2.5 hours. I hope that helps you guys. I hope that helps you prepare whether you're going out camping, fishing, or whatever you need your heater for. And if you only have a limited supply of fuel, I hope that helps you understand how long you can run on it, or how much is left over, and you can use the calculations to figure out how much extra fuel you might need to bring to get through a night, a few days, or whatever it is. And like I said, you can prop that up a bit and tilt it back so you can get a little more runtime. I'm not going to bother calculating how much more you can get. That might be something you can do to get more runtime out of it, but I hope that helps. I don't usually ask this, but I'd love to see you guys click subscribe. I'd love to get 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, thanks for watching.